Get one here for a second. Alright guys, here we go. It's sad this is this whole tragic accident has become a political stunt now, and it's sick. Before I get into that, okay, I want to clear something up because I don't know if people was taking me wrong or not. I want to make this clear, okay? My fight is not against the mayor, anybody that runs the city itself, anything. My fight is against the railroad, okay? I don't know if some people were getting some of the false, things that I'm blaming the mayor for this whole incident. I'm not blaming him. He seems like he's just like me. He doesn't know a damn thing about trains. All he did, he made a decision on what he was told, which, in my view, I do believe there's a possibility it was either misleading information or it was an outright lie. But that's my opinion the more I research it. So this isn't against the mayor. This isn't against nobody in the city, okay? So I just want to make that clear in the beginning, because my sign on the back on the one side said "People over profits." They poisoned our town. I didn't know people were taking that wrong. I am not saying East Palestine is doing people's over profits. This is the train. Okay, this is a train company. So I want to make that clear in the beginning, just so everybody knows. I'm not blaming the mayor. I'm not blaming nobody in town, because unfortunately, the railroad company brought their own experts in, and he just had to make a decision on what he was being told, okay? Because he probably doesn't know a damn thing about it like me. So I just want to make that clear that, like I said, some people want to hold him accountable. And my camera froze already. See, as soon as I go live, it freezes. But I can do a whole video, and it doesn't freeze. And you guys get to look at my lovely little mug right there. But everybody wants to kind of put it on him, which he's in a tough position. Okay. He has the whole town on his back. I kind of, I did go hard on him a little bit. Like to see a little bit more of a backbone during this incident. But within the past couple days, he has really been standing up. I think he's just, overwhelmed. I'm overwhelmed. I've been sitting here, researching, was that, explosion necessary? Should it have been done? Was there other things? It's hours. I can't even tell you how many web pages I've been on and read. And I sat here and thought about it. Okay. Well, no use researching that, because that's done and over with. There's no way I can turn back time, or we can turn back time to make that decision not happen. So, why am I researching that? So I need to research from going forward. What's going to be the fallout of this? I think I was just focusing too much on that, because I do believe it wasn't necessary. Like I said, I think it was a money and get the tracks up running faster decision. But I can't prove it. They did the best thing with evidence. They burned it up. They blew it up. They'll cut it up. And, we'll never know the truth, unfortunately. But that's just my decision. My view on stuff. All right. You guys gotta bear with me. I have so many tabs open. It's like information overload here. This is from the New York Post. Let's see here. Like some of these pictures. I actually met this guy. This guy's really nice. Well, he took a lot of pictures of me. But this isn't about me. This is about the town. Okay, attention rose on Wednesday. If you guys watched the town hall, which I do commend the mayor for making it into a town hall event than like how it started as just a go from table to table to table. I do commend you. As hard as it was for you to make that decision, you made the decision, and I think it was a good one. I wish the train company would have showed up, but they're afraid for their life. Threats. So this covers this. He announced hours before the meeting, Norfolk Southern announced it would not attend, with a spokesman saying that we've become increasingly concerned about growing physical threats to our employees and members of our community around this event, stemming from the increased likelihood of a participation of outside parties. The company did not provide any additional details on the nature or origin of threats. So basically, I'm guessing they're kind of false threats, and they don't want to answer any questions. You see, what's kind of funny about their employees and stuff. That night I was out there holding my sign. I probably seen like 3 Norfolk Southern trucks drive through town. So, if they're so afraid for their employees, they were driving through town. This is a quick shot of, not what it looks like now. This would have been a couple days ago. Nice drone shot. What else did I want to get into in this article? This whole, man, I forgot to add them. I'll have to add them. I did get pictures of the papers these people has to sign for this $1,000 what do they call it, a reimbursement type fee. This place is a joke. They had this morning, okay, people have waited. I mean, they were there. This opens at 10. They were in line before 10 o'clock. There's people that waited 4 hours. They had 8 people working in this church today to hand out these payments. People has waited 4 hours to get their payments, which is ridiculous. 8 people. I mean, the numbers were up like to 289 by like 11, 12 o'clock, because you take a number. It's just ridiculous. I didn't film nobody up there because, that's their own personal business, but I did go up there and talk to a few people, and people have waited hours. And this is an everyday thing, I guess. This ain't a, this just happened to be a busy day. This is every day. People are being turned away when they're open from 10 to 8. People are being turned away at 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, asked to come back tomorrow because they're overwhelmed. They're, filled to capacity. They don't want, they really can't take no more people because they may not get to you before 8 o'clock. It's just ridiculous. I like this thing. Alan Shaw, the Norfolk Southern president and chief executive. Let's remind you that, his salary is around $3.5 million a year. So just keep that in mind. We will be judged by our actions, Alan Shaw, the Norfolk Southern president and chief executive, said in a statement. We are cleaning up the site in an environmentally responsible way, reimbursing residents affected by the derailment, and working with members of the community to identify what is needed to help East Palestine to recover and thrive. It's typical textbook, thing. Poor us. Everybody's blaming us. It was your lack of maintenance that was probably, I'm guessing the most probable cause of, a hot box or a bearing going bad. So, probably fixing that wheel probably would have been a lot cheaper than, what you're paying now for this environmental cleanup. But hey, what do I know? You're just, how many trains did you get away with that before it did derail? Let's see here. Josh Shapiro, he denounced Norfolk Southern for poor handling of the derailment, charging their prioritizing and accelerated an arbitrary timeline to reopen the rail line, injected unnecessary risk, and created confusion in the process, which I totally agree. It, these are pictures of throughout the town. Yeah, Mama Bear, I'm getting there. we need to change her name. If we change her name, we probably would get money. This is what I want. I wanted to get to this. This really tugged at my heart. Okay, not for the simple fact that I'm mentioned in here. Holding my sign, profits over people. They poison their community. Okay, that's not a thing. If I knew this family was out here the next morning, a family, a father, a mother, and a 3-year-old girl stood on the corner holding posters suggesting the EPA has orchestrated the controlled burn of chemicals just to get the trains running again, declaring that the EPA nuked the town to open the railroad. Pound, Ohio. Well, I call it pound. Hashtag, I'm old-fashioned. Ohio, Chernobyl. If I knew them people were out there, I would have been out there standing with them. And that's what I like to see. That's why I was out there at night. I'm hope I started. And, reading this and, a mother and father and a 3-year-old standing on the side, and holding this sign, it was great. I accomplished something that night. Maybe they were afraid to come out to be the first ones. And, somebody was out there, did it before them, so they're going to come out and do it. When I read this, it really tugged at my heart because that's what I wanted. That was my whole thing. I don't want the publicity. I don't want the pictures taken. I hate getting my picture taken. You can ask anybody. I am not one to get my picture taken. I hate it. I don't want the picture taken. I don't want to be in articles. I just want to start having people come out and stand up and make this more of an issue, which it has. I mean, this has turned into more of an issue than what they thought it was going to be. And unfortunately, it has turned into a political issue, which is sad. What else do we want to get to? I don't know how true this is. Sorry, guys, I'm dragging tabs over. This is kind of scary. This is a train derailment device, which, train runs over and it would derail automatically. If you would paint this black or a darker color, it would never be noticed. That is kind of scary to think of, something like that exists. It may have existed for a while, but you think of all the trains that have, a lot of trains derail every year. I know it's a thing, but I mean, within the past few weeks, I don't know if because East Palestine derailed and it brought more attention to train derailments, or there just seemed to be an uptick in derailments. It's hard to say. Fires. I seen that potting plant that caught on fire with all them plastic containers in it. Black smoke pouring off of that. I mean, it just makes you think. They're poisoning the atmosphere. This, I'm going to play this because this was sent to me. Oops, let me make this bigger. I'm trying to drag tags over here. This was sent to me, and, this is what made me say what I said in the beginning, because I was tagged in this, and it was like, it seems to be he's changing his tune, and that's why I wanted to, start in the beginning saying that my fight isn't against him. It's not against the town. He went on the information he was given, and he made the decision off of that. He's in official capacity. He really don't want to come out and say that he might have been lied to. I can come out and say, I think you were lied to. I think it was, either they had misleading information or they just plain old false information. But I'm going to play this real quick. I'd love to see this. This makes me even respect him even more.
This format was for safety. Everybody had safety concerns. The people want answers. I want answers. We're going to put everybody up here. No, Norfolk Southern didn't show up. They didn't feel it was safe. I've been outside all night. There's a long line. This isn't the way this is supposed to go. We're going to have everybody go up in the stands. They can ask questions. We just hope everybody stays civil. If not, they'll end it. But
how did you want it to go?
I wanted to be in the auditorium, in front of the stage, representing the citizens. Peacefully. They've said I've kept my mouth shut. I was here for the first 5 days, but the last 5 days I haven't been here. The reason I haven't been here has been working behind the scenes trying to get higher elected officials in here to help us out. I'm a mayor of a town of 4,700 people. If you think I can fight against a railroad or fight against the EPA or fight against anything like that, you're crazy.
What's your reaction to them saying they don't feel safe coming here tonight?
I don't feel safe in my town. I tell everybody they're safe. I think our citizens are safe. I think my drinking water is safe.
How are you going to get them to talk to you if they're setting up these tables?
The tables we just did because we can't, we're trying to get information out to our citizens. Everybody's concerned. I'm concerned. But, it's not Norfolk Southern here. It's the EPA, the people that have been working with us, trying to get our citizens back into their homes safe. That's what we need right now. We need our citizens to feel safe in their own homes.
You sound frustrated.
What?
You sound frustrated.
I'm very frustrated. You guys are doing the best you can. I understand you have to get views, so sometimes you put stuff out. I had a talk with Mr. Boney. His station decided to say that we nuked our town. We didn't nuke our town. There was two options. We either detonate those tanks or they detonate themselves. This option, yes, harmful chemicals went in the air. I'm truly sorry, but that is the only option we had. If we didn't do that, then they were going to blow up and we were going to throw shrapnel all across this town.
So what is your greatest concern at this point?
My greatest concern is that my citizens feel safe. That's what I care about. I don't care about anything else. I don't care about giving reports on TV. I want you all safe. I want my citizens. I want this. I don't want 50 cameras around me. I want to be watching a basketball game here, watching my kids play in this gym. People keep forgetting. I'm a local politician. I live in this town. I don't live somewhere else making decisions for Columbus or Washington, D.C. I live in East Palestine. I live 2 blocks from here. I live 2 blocks from the train tracks. I'm concerned just like everybody else.
The reality...
Have you spoke with Norfolk Southern?
I speak with them every day. I spoke with Alan Shaw today. They have been working with us tremendously. But they should, because they're the ones that screwed this up.
How long do you think, by turning it to this format now, I mean, this could go on for 24 hours.
Then that's what had happened.
What are you going to do right now in terms of controlling this new format?
I'm going to hope that I gave the people what they wanted, so I hope everybody doesn't stand up and get a stump speech. I have all the experts behind me at these tables, and by God, we're going to get some answers for these people. Because they're scared for their safety.
The reality is your town is under a microscope. The EPA administrator is coming tomorrow.
Yes.
What is your message for him? What do you need?
I need help. I'm not ready for this. I wasn't built for this. I always thought of myself as a leader of men, and I have the village on my back, and I'll do whatever it takes to make this right.
You know that
I'm not leaving. I'm not going anywhere. This is my town. I'm not going to sell my house. I'm not going to move my kids out of the school. I'm here to stay, and they're going to make it right, and that's it. That's it. I'm done playing games. They're not playing games either. It's not he said, she said. They screwed up our town. They're going to fix it. If they don't, I'll be the first one calling all you back to do this all over again.
What is it, Mayor? You're in the middle of a growing
folks who live here need to hear to feel safe.
This is. Go ahead. You want to say?
I'm sorry.
What is it that you think folks here need to hear to feel safe?
I think they need answers. If it's true, you hear a lot of things on social media, and I know everybody's been blasting me about social media, but if this disaster would have been in the 1980s, it would have been a whole different disaster. Now that we have social media is a good thing. We're getting good information out, but we're also getting a lot of bad information too, and it's scaring the hell out of our residents. And quite frankly, I'm sick and tired of it. Like, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say it all. We don't need homegrown chemists. We don't need all this. We need actual people that know what they're doing giving us answers for our people.
Can we all step back and hear everybody's opinion?
Absolutely.
You guys are all here for that, as well as all of us. Let's hear what everybody has to say, so everybody has the same story when we go home tonight.
No, it's. I would hope a couple hours we can have the majority of questions answered.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
So that was sent to me, and I mean, we all got to come to the realization. He's a human just like everybody else. This must have been before I got in the gym. This was right before he made the call to actually take questions. But I love this. This is perfect. He holds back what he says just for, because if he says the wrong thing, he may not get the right help. Me, I'm uncensored, I'll say anything. So that's what's the difference between me and him. I don't hold back. It's all out. I would talk about, whatever needs to be talked about. But, just to let everybody know, I'm behind him 100%. Whether or not if he actually believes what the officials are telling him, that's him, okay? I don't believe everything that the EPA is saying. They're a crooked organization. They don't have your safety in mind. And no government, department has your safety in mind. So, this is just a simple thing to, because I was tagged in this, and that's what I wanted to come out in the beginning and just let everybody know where I stand, because, I gotta think that, he's human also. He's human like me. I know I'm overwhelmed with all this stuff that I've been covering. I can only imagine what he's going through. And I would have his back, if he ever needed it. I'm out here to put the information out, to say the things that maybe he can't say, just because, he's a higher up official. But I'm behind him. He's exactly right. This is the train's fault. They need to fix it. There was another one he did. I like this one. Mayor Pete Buttigieg. This is what he thinks of him.
I commend the United States EPA, the actual people on the ground doing the actual work. Mm-hmm. They've been wonderful to work with, so is the Ohio EPA. But, this is turning into a political circus now. And, we have concern for our residents. As far as Mayor Pete, as people like to call him, I would rather he just stay away. He is just going to cause a circus. And unless he's going to bring a shovel and shovel some dirt and get rid of this contaminated soil, that's the only reason he would need to come to this town. I commend the United States EPA, the actual people on the ground doing the.
I love that. Unless he's going to pick up a shovel and actually shovel something, Pete, stay the hell out of here. This has already turned into a political show. Sasha, I seen your question. The engineer of the train or locomotive. Luckily, Norfolk Southern wants to cut down to one engineer per train, which they are making their trains anywhere from 150 to 300 cars long. Unfortunately, I should say unfortunately, a good thing was there was a engineer a co-engineer, and a trainee on this train. The good thing was they were able to decouple from the train and move the train forward out of, the danger zone, let's call it, the explosion zone. If there was a single engineer on that train, he would not been able to move that engine. You can't do it with just one person. So, thank God there was, extra people on that train. But Norfolk Southern wants to cut it down to one person per train, which is going to make these incidents a lot more, common. What do we want to get to now? Oh, we don't qualify for FEMA, but they are sending federal efforts are by deploying a senior response official along with a regional incident management assistant team. So we got government sticking their nose in. We don't qualify for FEMA, but they want to come here and maybe help with the cover up. I don't know. The other day we had. Oh, you just sent me a statement. Okay, Mama Bear. The other day we had the EPA big shot in town, and after all this time, JD Vance just finally decided to show up. Because why I say this is becoming a political show now is it's been 10 days. Okay, and they thought this was going to be nothing. This was going to be an accident. It would maybe be in the papers for a couple of days, in the news for a couple of days, and then it will disappear. Well, it didn't happen. People like me, people like other people that are on the ground, covering this, keeping this going, they're realizing now that this is more of a bigger issue than they thought they were. So now all of a sudden, all these, officials, are starting to show up to act like they care. This video right here kills me.
Hey guys, so I'm here at Leslie Run, and there's dead worms and dead fish all throughout this water. So, something I just discovered is that if you scrape the creek bed, it's like chemical is coming out of the ground. Can you come here and let me just show this to people. I don't know if you're going to see this on camera, but watch this. Just see that chemical pop out of the creek. This is disgusting. And the fact that we have not cleaned up the train crash, the fact that these chemicals are still seeping in the ground is an insult to the people who live in East Palestine. Do not forget these people. We got to keep applying pressure. That's how we're going to fix this problem. Thank you. Hey guys, so I'm here at
JD Vance, I know you've seen the video that me and Mushroom Jenna, I think that's who she is on Twitter. I met her that day. I was down at the creek, and we were doing this exact same thing. And when she posted her videos, she tagged him in it. So, gee, I wonder how he knew where to go to, look what he found. No, this was out days before you got here, buddy. This little, you can see this irrigation thing. He is, maybe 100 feet down from where we were at, doing the same exact thing, filming, and, the rainbows and the dead fish and stuff like that. So it's turned into a political show. Everybody's showing up, acting like they care when, where were you in the beginning? Where were you when this first started? You're showing up 10 days later, taking credit for something that you didn't find, you seen on social media, but yet you're saying, hey, look what I just found. That really, I know that really pissed Jenna off, because she knows she posted that on Twitter and she tagged him in it, and he knew exactly where to go to get that footage. So, whatever. It is what it is. You just gotta take and pay attention, and be able to pick out the rats that are here for not the right reasons. Here's another one that he had filmed when he was here.
We heard from a gentleman who was at the town hall meeting who says he was told by the Ohio EPA Norfolk Southern did bury contaminated soil under their replacement rails. Their plan now is to put in French drains to let whatever might leach off when it rains this afternoon and collect that. Your thoughts on that?
Yeah, so I'm glad you asked this question. This is maybe the most important thing that I can say on the cleanup. So what I've heard from multiple people is that the accident happened, and by Tuesday there were replacement rails. So this is the day after the controlled burn. I believe the controlled burn was on Monday. So on Tuesday there were replacement rails allowing trains to run through that area. You cannot dig out and clean up an area if it's covered by railroad tracks and there are trains going over it. So the fact that they replaced the rails, I think, suggests they're much more focused in reopening the railway than in cleaning up this community. That's a big, big problem, and it's something we're going to take to Norfolk Southern, frankly, as soon as we leave this meeting.
No, I do agree with him there. You take it to them. What are they going to get? A small fine. You want to see some change? Find the CEO. Make him pay the fine out of his what he makes every year. I bet you see a big change in how that company's run and how safe it is. All right, Mama Bears. Here's this for you. $100 billion for Ukraine, but Biden admins turns down Ohio's request for disaster assistance after toxic derailment. So because we're not Ukraine, we don't get anything. Thank you, Biden. I really appreciate that. Maybe we should. You think East Palestine is is east of the country Palestine, whatever you want to call it. So whatever, dude. It doesn't surprise me. Let's see here. I found this kind of interesting. I'm going to play this real quick. This is just a quick take on the chemicals that was... This was a short clip. It was longer, but I wasn't going to show you guys the whole thing. I found this clip that was clipped out, so I figured I'd play it. It's pretty interesting.
So you're telling me that the people of East Palestine don't need to worry about getting exotic liver cancers in 10 or 20 years?
I don't know how to answer that per se. I can tell you, like
if you were living in East Palestine, Ohio, would you be drinking bottled water?
I wouldn't be in East Palestine, that's for sure. I'd be away for a month.
No, but that's it. But that's a good question, Freebrook. If you were living in East Palestine, would you take your children out of East Palestine right now?
While this thing was burning, for sure, you don't want to breathe in hydrochloric acid gas.
Why did all the fish in the Ohio River die? And then there were reports that chickens were dying.
So let me just tell. I'm not going to. I can speculate, but let me just tell you guys. So there's a paper, and I'll send a link to the paper, and I'll send a link to a really good Substack on this topic, both of which I think are very neutral and unbiased and balanced on this. The paper describes that hydrochloric acid is about 27,000 parts per million when you burn this vinyl chloride off. Carbon dioxide is 58,000 parts per million. Carbon monoxide is 9,500 parts per million. Phosgene is only 40 parts per million, according to the paper. So that dangerous part should very quickly dilute and not have a big toxic effect. That's what the paper describes. That's what chemical engineers understand will happen. I certainly think that the hydrochloric acid in the river could probably change the pH. That would be my speculation, and would very quickly kill a lot of animals because of the massive pH.
What about the chickens, though? What about the chickens?
Could have been the same hydrochloric acid, maybe the phosgene. Maybe the phosgene. I don't know. I'm just telling you guys what the scientists have told me about this. Yeah.
I love when they get on people like that. Oh, really? Ilhan Omar withdraws support for East Palestine. That's ridiculous. It does not surprise me. We all know this. Well, these charges were dropped against Evan Lambert, which I totally agree they should have been. And I look for him, his company, to sue. I came across this version of the video. I didn't see this, but I want you to pay attention how many officers are standing around while this is going on. This is the problem we have in policing, is everybody's afraid to speak up and stuff like this happens. So I was going to show this real quick. I know his charges were dismissed, but this was a different view, and it showed a lot more than the other video did.
This is bad. This is bad. Oh my God. You guys, this is bad. Stop. I am on the ground. What are you doing? The gun. Stop resisting. Stop this. Stop. She wouldn't get this. This is so bad.
Put your hand on your back.
You guys get this. This is bad.
Lay flat, please.
You guys, he's a national correspondent. You cannot do this.
I'm a reporter with News Nation. It's all being recorded right now.
I hope it is. This is horrible.
Because you can't talk to people about doing their jobs.
Oh my God, I cannot believe this. This is horrible.
This is what it's like to be a reporter.
Evan, I'm so sorry. Evan, I'm sorry.
Thank you, Sia.
Roll over, sir.
Can you please listen to this? Because
We will.
it hurts.
Yeah, that one is a little tight, so we were
Oh my
getting
God.
Thank you very much.
This is horrible.
Can someone help me?
Yeah, we're helping.
Evan, I'm sorry. Oh my
Are you
God.
serious?
This is horrible.
Doing a live shot gets you arrested in there for 2020. I got arrested because I was trying to do a live report about what people need to know.
And he's been here all week. You can't do this to him. This is wrong.
Totally out of control. That woman she has got some anger. I don't say anger issues, but overly aggressive, totally uncalled for. I didn't agree with it from the beginning. I called all them out. I probably made a lot of friends when I did that, but I don't care. I'll call out a bad police officer when I see one, and that was totally uncalled for. And thank God, nothing's going to happen to this Major General, I know, but at least they reported on that they didn't approve of his actions. So, I mean, nothing's going to happen to him, but at least it was spoke out that, he went too far. He totally had an ego problem. He pushed. He was the aggressor. And then all of a sudden, somebody's standing up for the rights. Cops don't like people that know their rights. If you know your rights, you'll probably get arrested. Unless it's a good cop, and, he'll commend you for knowing your rights. Unfortunately, with all them cops sitting around, we didn't have one. You try to step in and say, hey, he's just trying to do his job. He stopped reporting when you asked him to. Why are you still harassing him? I don't know. That's what I'm surprised I was allowed in a gym that night. I'm surprised I didn't get escorted out. This is, you want to know why nothing's really going to happen to the railroad? We have 17 pages of donations to candidates, starting from 2019 up into 2022. I think that's the newest one on here. Yeah, 2022 is the newest. Who do we have in here from Ohio? Let me see. We got Bill Johnson. You're on here. You've received money from Norfolk. Who else do we have? Bob Gibbs. So, I mean, this tells you railroad companies don't donate to somebody unless they, want them to vote on an issue that would favor them. Look, even DeWine received money from the railroad. This is bigger donations. Here's all these people received at least $10,000 from Norfolk Southern. Sickening. Let's see here. We already seen this picture, but the mayor's concerned about the air quality. Hey, one good thing is, this is, I can't wait for this. We're going to have President Trump visiting East Palestine. Exactly what I said. This turned into a political show. Everybody's going to show up, act like they care, to make them look good for when it becomes election time. Oh, I was there. Okay. Where were you in the beginning? I will, as much as, I would like not to cover this. I probably will be down there covering this just to hear what he says. I've seen a lot of stuff. People were blaming, blaming this on Trump because he did away with a Obama thing that Obama put in when he was in office, and because Trump did away with it, it was Trump's fault. Well, either way, this train wouldn't have been classified as carrying hazardous materials because there has to be at least 70 cars full of hazardous materials before they have to notify the community that it's going through. But you look at it this way. If you notify the community, I mean, pretty much what difference does it make? I mean, if the train's going to derail, it's going to derail. What are you going to do? You're going to have hazmat teams at every community, some people probably don't even want to know what's coming through their community. I can only imagine what's on some of them trains. So, I mean, it's sad. This has turned into a left, right. Let's blame this person and this person. We shouldn't be blaming. We should be coming together and blaming the company that caused this because of their lack of maintenance and their reduction of manpower and cutting corners and Norfolk Southern's leading in Ohio, Pennsylvania, and South Carolina. They're leading with train derailments. I think it was 145. This is from 2019 to 2022. I think it's 145 in PA. Ohio's 129, and I do believe South Carolina was 101. So, I mean, they're on the roll. This is what's sad. This is what kids are getting in this town. Even adults, I know. At that thing, I heard people complain about rashes. That they're getting rashes from, when they come home, they're getting rashes. Well, I looked up some of the, the health effects, and vinyl chloride is a skin irritant. It can cause a skin rash or contact dermatitis. It can also do frostbite if you come in contact with the liquid. To say that these kids, explain this, EPA. Please, I would love to hear your explanation on this. If we asked the congressman, his answer would be, take my card, write me, and I will make sure it gets done. Now, we all know, how the government works and how quick they work on stuff. He was another one that I said it was just a complete joke when he was at that town hall. He's there for votes. That's all he's there for. I think that's about it. We're going to kind of end on a kind of a funny note, because I hate doing all these like sad live streams, but I gotta call. I gotta put it out there as it is. I found this scrolling through Twitter. I'm hoping this is the wrong picture. Arkansas woman arrested for making bomb threats against Mississippi college town. I hope that is the wrong picture, but in today's society, you could be a unicorn if you want to, I guess. You can be, a furry, a cat, and we all say it's okay. So, is it? No, it's next week, because this is only what? This is Friday. Okay, next, I do believe it's the. And were you in Arkansas? But next week, I do believe it's the 25th. They are having. I totally forget the name of the organization. I don't know who that is, Lori. I guess this is this is a woman compared to this is Arkansas in the paper. This is what a woman looks like. So you remember that. Very disturbing. Very. Anyways, the 25th, we are Ant's gonna kick my ass now. You guys gonna be all tagging him in this picture and asking if it's him. Ant in drag. We find your doppelganger, Ant. Man, he's dressed in drag. The 25th, they are having they call it a town hall, but it is, they're having experts come from Pittsburgh, doctors. It's to address the issues of maybe long-term effects of this, short-term effects of this, stuff you should be looking out for. They're not there to give you any legal information, legal expert opinions or anything. It's going to be more of a residents can ask questions, and these doctors, I hope these doctors ain't going to lie and tell what they're said to say, like they did at the town hall. I hope they actually tell the truth, and tell what maybe the short-term and long-term effects of this is. As of for air quality, I think now air quality really isn't an issue now. I think it's more of a water. What's going to happen to the water? There's been so many towns that have deemed their water undrinkable, and they want you to drink bottled water. So, I mean, our water's clean here, but they want you to drink bottled water. So that tells me that it was. Hey, I'm 43 years old. If I die getting this story out there, it would be well worth it. It was, even the night that it happened was even worse, because you think of all the firefighters that was around this shit. Even the news, I think 27 was up there. Channel 27 or local news was up there. I was up there. There was numerous other people. They probably were just residents up there. Even just walking through town to get to that area, I mean, the smell was, it burnt your nose. It burnt your throat. It was bad. So, the whole town was affected by this smoke. I'm just the dumbass that, went the day after. And, I didn't walk down through the smoke, but, I walked close. But, I had my air quality meter with me, so I knew if that thing starts going crazy to, get the hell out of there. I never planned on walking in through the smoke because I knew what it was. I just wanted to get footage of what it looked like before they started messing with it. Which, I think I'm the only one out there to get that kind of footage. But I forget what I was talking about. But I think, water issue. I think it's more of a water issue and a soil issue. According to the EPA, they're taking soil samples at the railroad, and it's coming back non-contaminated. I do not believe that. They're taking air quality samples, but the air quality samples is not in a high enough range for it to be toxic. So that lets me know that they're detecting something in the air, but it's not to the point to where it could kill you. That's what I take it as. It's funny how they use their wording. They word it a certain way to make it seem like, it's safe. I know what readings I was getting when down by it, it was really bad. I know what readings I was getting, the day after through town. I don't agree they weren't detecting anything. They were detecting something. It may not have been something deadly, but they were still detecting it. And, even in small doses of, any of these chemicals can cause, headaches, it messes with your mind, lungs, So right there was a lie. I just wanted them just to come out and say, hey, we were detecting this, this is what we were detecting. I haven't seen them release no readings, and at every press conference, they just so happen not to bring the readings with them, which what I found very funny. If my job was to, test the air, I would think that if I would go to a press conference, I would probably bring that information with me, unless I don't want to put that information out there. That's just my thing. Yeah, see when vinyl chloride burns, it turns into hydrochloric acid and phosgene. Hydrochloric acid is really bad. You breathe that in, and it mixes with the water in your lungs. You basically burn your lungs from the inside out. You might as well be breathing in acid, because that's basically what it does. As soon as it mixes with water, it turns to an acid, and that's how you die, because you burn your lungs inside. The oil that was spilled. I didn't have that. Leave that tab open. There's pictures of it. The oil that was spilled. Then all the acetates and stuff that was in there. The vinyl chloride, air-wise, probably isn't prevalent in the air unless they're messing around with the soil, but I do believe the soil is probably contaminated with that. Same thing with the water. You're down by these irrigation things they have going. The smell is just it smelled like that night. Same exact smell. So it could be that. It could be all the other chemicals too, mixed together. And they're aerating it to get it out, but as they do that, they're putting it in the air. I don't know if they're monitoring the air by these, aeration things, because that's the only time I smell it now is when I'm by them. So I gotta get this picture off here. Every time I look out now, I think of Ant in drag. So we did have. I didn't put that up. There was earlier in the day before the meeting, there was a group of people. I didn't get to interview them. They were gone before I got back in town after I got off work. But they were. Now these were just normal people. These were not, nobody, higher up. These were just normal people showing up. They had a truck full of water, donated by Walmart. I don't know which Walmart, but and they were giving out cases of water. Let me go to This guy right here. This guy was at the town hall giving away cases of water. There was a group, they had a box truck full of water. I forget how many things they had in there. They didn't want their name out there. They called themselves the Nobodies. They must be like me. They don't want no recognition for it. They're just doing it to help the community, which is great. I love seeing people come in and do this because as I've known of, they did have water at that town hall, but I don't think they've ever set up, something permanent to where residents can go get bottled water to drink, like even cook with. As far as I know, nothing was never set up yet. So, I mean, I thank these people when they're coming in. I did receive reports. We have 2 lovely people coming this way with a group that wants to wants to hand out water. That's perfect. You want to come help hand out water? That's fine. You start exploiting this community, I will blow your name all over this community, and you will be kicked out of this community because there's a lot of residents that would not be happy. But if you're coming for a good cause, I'm all for it. I'm not going to hold anything against you. If you're coming to hand out water or to help out, thank you. But if you're coming for a money grab, don't even try it because, I won't deal with it, and I know there's a lot of citizens that won't deal with it. So I'll just put that out there right now. Just as because I got a heads up. So yeah, see, I try not to judge people by their past, because I didn't have the best past. I made bad decisions. So I try not to judge them on their past. I try to give them the benefit of the doubt. See, if he's grifting for money to come over, that's fine. If you come to this town and you start grifting for money and you say it's to help the residents and you don't help the residents with it, that's going to be a big issue. As for money to come here, I don't care what people do with their money. They can donate to whoever they want. If that's what you want to do, that's fine. But, I don't, if they're coming here for a good cause, that's okay. It's probably more of a content grab too. That has been pretty common now. We've seen people showing up for content that hasn't been here very long. That's okay. I enjoy, I applaud you for getting this story out here, but please don't use it for your own, monetary benefit. Because, major news does, but I can't control them. I don't make anything off this. I could monetize all these videos. I don't. I don't want to make money off this. I want to bring this to light to what they're, what the government's really, we know what the government's capable of. What the government's really saying and what's really going on. That's my whole thing. So, it's like I said, if they want to grift for money to come here, that's fine. Please come here for a good cause, because if not, you probably will be escorted out of the community, because I know they're not going to deal with it. So that's just a quick heads up. This is a small town community. This ain't New York. This ain't New Jersey. This is a small town. and a lot of people are really close here. So that's my service announcement for today. Yeah, see, that's what. Even if they brought a like one of the big plastic totes of water in, I don't know why that hasn't been even done yet. I would love to get it. I'm going to try to get an interview with the mayor, even if not on camera. I would love to ask some questions, and not hard questions, but just who would be in charge of this water. I would think FEMA. We don't qualify for FEMA, but they're sending their big shots here. Who we should have people in line supplying water for these people. It shouldn't be put on individuals willing to help. See, Lori, it could go for I could do that, but see, when you start dealing with money, then you start dealing with the people saying, "Oh, you didn't use it for this, you didn't use it for that." That's the thing about it. It's just it's an issue to get into. I don't know. I would have to think about that, Lori. Let me think about that. If I can find a organization that I know is for this town, and if they have donation links, I will put them up. If I know that money is going to go to this town and not fill people's pockets, let me do some research on that. I'm hoping, the 25th when they have that thing, maybe I'll get to meet some more people and maybe get some more information. See, if Jersey J wants to come get coverage out here, little late to the game, but it's better to be late than never. That's fine. I just don't want this town exploited, used for this tragedy to, better somebody's YouTube presence, I guess, or online presence. That's all I'll say about that. I mean, like I said, you can come get footage, please, but please cover this. If you're going to cover this right. Don't be putting, information out there you're just not sure of. That's what the whole problem with social media is. There's so much false stuff going around. I mean, we see what's in the creeks. I have videos of that. Everybody has videos of that. So that's, there's nothing in it, but, well, fish are dying, and we have, like I said, if he wants to come here and seriously cover it, I'm not one to, it's not my town. If he can help spread the word out there more and get more help for this town, please come. The more people, the better. The 25th, I see that Aaron Brockovich is actually coming down for that town meeting, which is actually really nice because, I mean, she has a big reach. Like she said in her post, I'm not Superman coming down. I'm not going to be able to fix it, right away, but she's in it for the long haul, and and wants to get the word out. It's great when people like that come down. I'm just hoping, she seems like she's been outspoken about this from the beginning. I hope it's for a good cause. So I hope this ain't just for publicity and stuff like that. So, but I guess we'll see. All right. What? I'm going on over an hour. Weekend plans. I will be out tomorrow. I'm gonna do a coverage. See what changed. See what they've been doing last time. Yeah, see, Erin, she seems like she's a pretty upstanding person. So, you know, I'm glad she's coming because, you know, she has a big reach, way bigger than I could ever dream. So I'll be out tomorrow. I want to do a quick go around of. Well, I can't go on the one side because they kicked me out, so I'll have to go on the other side. I want to get coverage on where they are in the process. Last time I was down that way, they're tracking this dirt onto the city streets, okay? And their solution for it is to run a brush, over this to brush us off the road, but we're throwing dust everywhere. Whether it's contaminated or not, I don't know. It could be just mud. But I just want to see what the road looks like since we did have rain the other day. I will visit the park again because I do believe they still have them dumpsters up there where they're storing their toxic soil, which I totally don't agree with either. And my question was ignored at the town hall. So, who authorized that to be able to be stored up there? I will cover that. I will hit the creek again. I want to go farther down because, like I said, they seem to be. I mean, the amount of water aeration going on they have here is just ridiculous. In one area, they got 3 pumps running in one small area. So that tells me as they move stuff around up there at the derailment that obviously, there's more leakage coming. And plus we had rain. So it's making its, more of its way into the stream. There's pumps everywhere as you drive by. The noise is ridiculous. I had people complaining about the noise. A couple of neighbors said, no, I hear them pumps running all day, and all day and all night. I'll do that. We're going to do another corner sine wave. And I'm hoping this time that maybe more people will come out. But like I said, last time was very positive. I had a lot of thumbs up. A lot of people yell. A lot of people thank me for being out there, and that's fine. I'll send out there alone if I have to. I am going to change the back of my sign just for the simple fact of I think people's taking the people over profits thing as I'm meaning East Palestine is picking people over profits. So I am going to change that. I'll put something else on that side, but I'm going to keep the front side the same. So I don't know what day. That may be Sunday. Depends how much I how much I film tomorrow. I may make it be a Sunday just because the town's a little busier on a Sunday. We have more traffic coming through. And maybe we'll get more people out there. I don't know. I'll post in one of the groups. I think it's the East Palestine for Change. I think it's a Facebook group. Great group. I know the girl that started it. It's nothing but, to keep people informed on what's going on. Maybe I'll post in there. Maybe we'll get more people out there. Unfortunately, I hope it gets bigger people standing out there. That, maybe if they see that more people's fed up, maybe they'll do more. But like I said, this is going to be more of a long term, thing. What's going to be the long term, and we ain't going to know the long term until it happens. So, no, Biden hasn't even acknowledged this, and it's probably because he got some pretty big donations from the railroad company for his campaign. So, he may not even touch this issue, or he may not even know what's going on. You know how he is. He can't even find his way sometimes. So that's my plans for the weekend. I think that's it. I will keep you guys updated as more stuff comes out. And like I said, I hope it gets better. Where'd you send it to? Where'd you send it to, Bum? Well, that's replying. Did you send it to my messenger? Yeah, they don't care because it's not their family. Us citizens are just a number. That's why we have a Social Security number, because that's all we are, is a number to the government. We're just a number that pays them. So, fortunately, that's the way it is. Other than that, I will keep you guys updated. I'm going to post this on my other channel too, so if you get a notification that I posted a video, if you watch this, it's going to be the same thing, because I have some people that follow that channel and not this channel. So I like to keep people updated on both channels if I can. Eventually, I want to merge both channels into one just to make it easier for me. But I will keep you updated. I will. I'll live stream the corner thing for a while. Like I said, I was out there for how many hours? 4 or 5 hours last time. I'll live stream a little bit, but I have my body cam, so if anything interesting happens, that'll be running. So I'll have footage of that, and I can post. So. But other than that, guys, I thank you so much, like I said, for all you guys that do stuff in the background. All this is stuff you send me. Thank you. It makes it so much easier because, I'm juggling this, I'm juggling work. And this alone could be a full-time job for me to be out there, doing all this. But I appreciate you guys', everything you sent. I just saw this Matthew and Nazi cronies are curling. Would you see that at, Laura? Was that a Twitter thing? You know, I've heard of this Simpson person before, but I haven't heard of the other one. I'll search for that on Twitter. And see what I can find. I don't mind you handing out water, but don't be putting your freaking propaganda with it. That shit we don't need right now. No, here we go. Really, dude? Really? All right. I will keep my eyes out for these people when I'm out tomorrow. Really. Jeez. All right. Yeah. Thank you for the heads up. I appreciate it. I will definitely keep my eye out for these people. I don't mind you hand out water, but don't be handing out your propaganda crap. All right. I'm going to get off here. It's been an hour and a half. It's what? Oh, geez, 12:30 at night. Holy shit. Sorry for going late yeah, thank you, Laura. I do appreciate that. Like I said, I will keep my eye out for these people tomorrow. When I'm out and about, and if I come across them, you'll see a video from it. So, like I said, thank you. Please continue to send your any information you find. Like I said, it helps out a lot. All you guys I know tag me in a lot of stuff. Like I said, I thank you guys for so much. Because without all my background help, I don't think I would have all this info. Yes, that's the update on Ant. I can't wait till I get his message. we know where Ant's at. But like I said, I thank you for sending everything you guys send. Without my back group, my background people, I wouldn't have as much information as I have. You'd be amazed how long I sit in front of this computer to find this information and track down what's kind of false and what isn't false. I think that's about it. Next week, if Mr. Trump shows up, I will cover that. I'm sure it will be the same old speeches we always hear at every rally. But I'll be on to cover that. That'd be quite interesting. I wish Biden would come in. I would have so much fun with Biden here. I don't think they'd let him in town. I can see the residents now blocking the road. No. All right, guys. I'm going to end it. You guys have a good night. Thank you for all the support, the prayers, all the people worried about me, your comments on Facebook. I mean, on Facebook, YouTube. I'm fine. You know, I'm still alive. If, you know, I disappear for a while, maybe start checking in obituaries or something, but, you know, I feel fine. I'm surprised I'm not there yet, Mama Bear. I'm not making friends, you know, and these people that I'm not making friends with, they're from high up places. They could probably put me in a jail cell and I would never be heard from again. He wouldn't know where he was. I mean, I could just see him come to town. It would be the ultimate troll for people here. But he's not going to show up. He could care less. We'll send it to Ukraine because, you know, there's nothing going on. Yeah, Mama Bear, I'll write your number on my arm, like Lori told me to do. I learned that from Lori in AP. Write the number on your arm so you know who to call. So I'll call you, Mama Bear, if I end up in the big house. But I think that's it, guys. Like I said, I appreciate you guys so much. You know, I can't even express how much I appreciate all the stuff you guys send me. And even you guys just watching. Thank you for watching. I just asked, you don't even have to share my channel. Just get this information out here on this is what's going on in this town. You know, I'm not in for, like, if I hand people my card when I'm out, I tell them you don't have to subscribe, you know, nothing. Just watch the videos on there. You know, you will see stuff that mainstream media isn't reporting on. I'm not about the subscribers. You know, I'd rather be a small channel that tells the truth than to be a big channel that lies. So, you know, so just pass it out, you know. Thanks to you guys, I mean, this has started out very small and it has become a major story now, which is why we're getting all the politicians coming in here, which is sad. You know, they're using, you know, people suffering to better their chance of re-election. But, you know, what are you going to do? Politicians are politicians. So, all right, I'm done. I'm going to head to bed. Thank you again for everything. I think that's it. I'm going to end it here. And like I said, I'm going to upload this to my other channel. So if you get a notification, it's going to be this video. So if you already watched it, it's just going to be the same video. Just so people that's on that channel can, you know, watch the same thing. Because I have people on both channels right now. All right, guys. Have a good night. Stay safe. You guys that are, you know, within like the 200-mile radius of this, you know, tragic, messed up event, you know, please stay safe. If you're on a well, please have your water. That's okay. One thing I want to touch on before, and Mama Bear brought this up. I just thought of it now. Well testing. The railroad is contracting their own people. Well, not their own people, but they're contracting companies to test wells. I don't know about you, but I wouldn't want the person that caused the accident to be the one to basically, you know, test my well. It's like you investigating your own car accident. You're not going to blame it on yourself. I would demand to have a outside independent, you know, person that you pick to have your water tested. You know, they say they're telling the truth about your water, but I'm sorry, they're hired by the railroad company. How do we know that they're not being paid by the railroad company to say, okay, you're fine, you know, your water's fine, and then years down the road you find out that it's not. And don't get it just tested once. Continue to get it tested because, like I said, as this soaks into the soil, it will eventually make it to a water table if you have well water. So, you know, if you call and demand enough, they will kind of bow to your demand because they don't want it out there that they refuse somebody a well test. So, and if you're on city water, you know, pay attention to what your city says. It did rain here. I don't know if it rained everywhere, but you know, what goes up must come down. So be aware of the rain too. Because if you put I know. Because our town, well, East Palestine, I know the other town I'm in, East Palestine will send out a paper once a year with the water test on there, and they do find chemicals in there, but they're, you know, below the standard. So even though there should be no chemicals in there, the government says it's safe to drink because it's below this, you know, threshold that they you know, put out there. So Indianapolis, yeah, I know everybody is being affected by it because it's made the Ohio River. I mean, you see what's in the little streams around here, and that's all running down to the Ohio River. So I know a lot of communities are impacted by this. I just, you know, I pray you guys are all, you know, stay safe and, you know, watch what you drink. You know, I would say bottled water would be the best, but you know, we all don't have money to go out and spend on, you know, cases of bottled water. But you know, I'd say even listen to your city, but you know, I'm kind of scared to even say that because you know, sometimes your city might not have your best interest in it either. So yeah, that's exactly. You're right, Mama Bear. Because I know when they sign, when they come to test your water, you gotta sign a paper. I know that. I have a picture of that paper somewhere. Somebody sent me. So, but I mean, if they are under contract, demand to have your own outside person test your well, especially if you're close. You know, you're close to this area, because I think we're going to have a lot of water that's going to be contaminated with something eventually. So, all right, guys. I just want to hit on that. The well water thing made me remember that. Mama Bear sent it to me about them contracting them out. So, you know, just watch who you pick. Same thing with when they come in and test your house. You know, I'd be kind of worried about that too. But what are you going to do? We're not all rich. You know, we're all eventually going to die. It's just something human nature. Yeah, get together every town and collect water to send. Yeah. But, you know, it's hard to pull people together for, you know, unless something tragic happens. Because, you know, even in this town, not everybody's together. Some people just want to forget this and just let this disappear so they can get back to, let's say, their normal life. You know, I find that very sad because I'm not doing this for me. I'm doing this for the kids because the kids are going to be the ones that's going to feel the brunt of this. I'll probably be long gone before, the effects of this is ever known. So, I mean, this is more for the children than it is for, people of my age or older. So, they test your water, Mama Bear? Yeah, just have your crap tested, because, I mean, when that cloud went up, it went everywhere, and what goes up is going to come down. So, all right, guys, I'm really off here this time for real. I got kind of sidetracked. I do agree the new normal isn't normal for any of us. I do totally agree. We got freaking balloons being shot down. Got World War III trying to be started, trains going off everywhere. Just a wonderful, society we're living in nowadays. All right, guys, have a good night. And thank you so much for spreading this word and, keeping people informed. I will catch you guys later. I'll probably live stream tomorrow when I'm out and about, except down by the creek because that valley, the signal is crap. I'll just record that and then I'll just upload that video. But when I'm in town here, I will live stream. So keep watch for that. I will also post a video when I'm done. So if you missed the live stream, you can still go back and watch it. But that's my plans for this weekend. We're going to get stuff up and running again. We're going to get out in the corner here. We're going to get some more, attention brought to this. And see if we can get maybe some new changes. Maybe some new people helping. I don't know. All right, guys. I will catch you later.